Hi, this is Mr. Ruddick from Girard Academic Music Program, better known as GAMP. Sorry I can't be there to present our project with some of my students. We are at a school picnic, probably enjoying some hot weather. But anyways, I wanted to still share with you the project that our students worked so hard on this year. My students, I teach 9th and 10th grade science, and the students that worked on the project were my two 10th grade biology classes. So what we see here is our project. We went ahead and designed and created a website that would share our journey as we learned about organ and tissue donation with anyone that wanted to visit our website. And what we see here is our logo designed by one of our 10th grade students, and you can access the website by going to www.gamplifeweb.com. And so far we've had a total of 625 visitors this year, so it's actually a great number, and it's gone up a lot since last year when my 10th grade class last year also designed a website and helped run the website to share their reflections on organ and tissue donation. So if we go ahead and click here, we can go ahead and enter the website. And what we see here are all the different aspects of our project. The main part being the video blogs. So both 10th grade classes, my 10-1 and 10-2 sections, were asked certain questions throughout the year about organ and tissue donation. And then they would share their reflection and on their video blogs. So what we see here, if we go ahead and click on the 10-1 page, here are all my 10-1 students, and we go ahead and look at the message here. A lot of 10th graders are unfamiliar with organ and tissue donation, despite the fact that during that school year, most of them will have the option to register to become a donor when they get their license. The following students are serving as an exception to this trend as they spend 3 months researching human anatomy and physiology and organ and tissue donation. So by clicking on any of the students below, you can access their personal websites they designed and see the reflections that they had to various questions that were asked of them. So we just want to go ahead, scroll down here. Any of these students are clickable. We go ahead and click on Natalie here. We can see the website she designed. And down below here, you can access all of the questions that were asked of her and her responses to those. So we started with the very first question I asked them was, when you are old enough, will you register to become an organ and tissue donor? Why or why not? So let's go ahead and look at a response. The response comes from a 10-2 student named Jamela, and as I said, she's the one that designed the logo you see here and also handled all the graphic design on the website. So let's go ahead and see what she has to say.
For our first entry, we were given the following question. When you are old enough, will you register to become an organ and tissue donor? Why or why not? For me, I guess it would be a yes. I mean, well, why not? When I'm dead, it could be a good use for my organs, and it'd be helping someone. I don't really see why I wouldn't, so that's it. I guess I probably would.
So the goal of the website was to educate students, especially those students that are able to register to become an organ and tissue donor as they get their license, to educate them and allow them to make an informed decision so that when they get their license or their permit, they're truly making the right decision for them because they know all the facts, they know that all the myths and misconceptions are wrong, and that they're just there because pop culture has kind of built them up. So it's just kind of an education series for them so that they can make the right decision for themselves. Other parts of the website that we have here, if we click on the Life Web Media site, this page has various videos that were shot throughout the year as well as videos from past years. Back in 2008 and 2009, a group of seniors did the Donors Are Heroes grant, and they went ahead and filmed a documentary. So you can actually watch that documentary by clicking here. This year we had 6 representatives come and speak to the children and answer their questions about organ and tissue donation. And the kids really responded well to this, and I was lucky to get 6 individuals come speak, which allowed the kids to be in smaller groups, more intimate, and less likely for them to be shy about asking their questions. As well, this year we went ahead and participated in the Donor Dash 2011 with David's Parrot Party. And here's a picture from last year. I'll be posting the new picture up shortly. But what we see here is if you click on this page, you're actually able to see video that one of our students put together from all the video that all the kids shot on cameras that we brought to that day. So I highly recommend checking that out. Christina did a great job on that. But want to talk more about the organ recipient and donor family assembly. We click here, we're actually able to go see and listen to the speakers' stories and the kids interviewing these speakers throughout the assembly. So we see Mark Durkis, a living donor and tissue recipient, Gail Glegg, an organ donor family, a mother of a son that died who was an organ donor, Bob Taylor, an organ recipient, Steve Saab, an organ recipient, John Branton, an organ recipient, and then Patty Nelson, a mom as well of a son that was an organ donor. So if we go ahead, the kids responded really well to Mark. He was a young guy, and they were really fascinated by the fact that he was a living donor. So let's just go ahead and take a look at part of his interview here. Just maybe a short little clip.
So now that I'm on film, my name is Mark. I am a liver donor, as I said earlier. Actually a recipient too. I just in January got a replacement LCL and ACL. My main story though with my liver happened exactly 1 year ago. Last March 17th, I got a phone call from my sister saying that my niece was dying. They didn't know why. All they knew was her liver was failing and she had almost no time left and I should get there and save her. So, jump in my car, rushing down to the hospital, I'm saying, thinking to myself, like, this makes no sense because a couple weeks ago she was 100% healthy, she was fine. Sitting there saying to myself, like, this is just crazy, it's not making any sense. You know, maybe they can perform a liver transplant, something, you know.
So Mark's story is really interesting, and definitely you should all take a look at the stories from the assembly and from all the different recipients, as well as donor families, and just some great stories. The kids really learned a lot from these 6 individuals, so I'm really happy that we were able to get them out to come and talk to the kids. If we go back to the main page here, another thing we have on the website are myth and misconception PSAs. So what we did here is we took the most common myths and misconceptions, and the kids set out to go ahead and debunk and disprove those myths and misconceptions so that the public would be informed how those myths and misconceptions are wrong. So what we see here is you can go ahead and click on any of these, and we see 8 of the most common myths. I have a history of medical illness. No one could benefit from my donation. And the kids filmed a PSA video that would debunk and disprove that myth. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of those. Just refresh this real quick. I'll come back to this. Also on the website, we have our project data, which I'll go over at the end, and then our final project for the GAMP Life website. And the final project was, as now the kids were educated and they knew about organ and tissue donation, they knew about the registration process, they knew all the facts, they were informed. Now what I wanted them to do was to interview a friend, a family member, or just someone who had a daily impact on their life. And this way they could educate that person about what it means to truly register to be an organ and tissue donor. So by clicking on this little collage here, this will take you to our YouTube channel. And so far, all these interviews that you see here come from the students interviewing someone really important in their life. So if we go ahead and click here on camera, we can see what she has to say as she interviews her brother.
Hi, this is Cameron, and I am here with my 19-year-old brother, Jared, and I am going to ask him some questions about organ donation. So, over the last several months, my class has been learning about organ and tissue donation, and one of the first questions I was asked was, are you planning to be an organ donor? Why or why not? And I'm going to ask you the same question. Are you a registered organ donor? Why or why not?
No, I am not. Because of a misunderstanding on the driver's license filling it out. But if I go back and do it again, I would be an organ donor because it makes sense. Once you're gone, someone else can benefit from your organ, so therefore it makes more sense. It makes a lot of sense, actually, for you just to give them away.
So definitely check back on all these interviews, and I'll be posting more as the kids get them to me. And this is probably the highlight of the project for myself, just to see how the kids take all the information they learn from the speakers, from the assemblies, from everything, and just apply that and share that knowledge with someone else. Let's go ahead back to the PSA video, and let's watch this one. This one is all about the medical team treating you as completely, or the myth is, if I'm in an accident and the hospital knows that I am designated as a donor, the doctors won't try to save my life. So let's go ahead and watch this group.
Your lipstick stains on the front of my left side brain. Oh my God, it's Friday! It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. Are you okay? Oh my God, I need to call an ambulance. Hello? Hi, my friend, he's just on the ground. I don't know what happened. Can you please come immediately? I need an ambulance. I'll be there real quick. I'm here. What happened? I don't know. I just came up with sense and he was here before. Looks like he hit his head severely. Can I see his wallet? Okay. Oh, he's an organ donor. Looks like my job is done. You can't just leave. I'm here. What happened? I don't know. I just came up with sense and he was on the ground. Looks like he hit his head severely. Can I see his wallet? Here. He's only 15. He's a baby. We have to get him some help. Hold on. Bring out the stretcher! Is he gonna be okay? Of course he will be.
So a really well done job there. Going back to the main page, what I want to show off now is just our project data. So at the beginning of the project, before I told the kids anything about organ and tissue donation, I had them complete a survey and an assessment just to see some preliminary information. So what we see here is the first question they were asked: will you register to be an organ donor when you get or renew your driver's license? And before even knowing anything about organ and tissue donation from the project, 48 out of 63 students said that they would register. Five students said no, and 10 students, or 16%, were unsure. And what we have here is, if you click here, these are the original responses from the students on why they wouldn't necessarily register to become an organ donor. Here we have some more questions that kind of relate to their lives and what they knew about organ and tissue donation, as well as down here. And just to scroll down, you can see this is our data from after completing the project. We actually went up from 48 students who said yes to 50 students, and our number went down from unsure from 11 to 7. So very happy to see those numbers. And also very happy to see this number here. Along with this survey, the students participating in the project had to complete a 10-question quiz. The quiz was to assess their knowledge of organ and tissue donation, both before and after completing the project. As you can see from the results, the average went up about 12 percentage points between taking the assessment before and after the project. So it kind of shows me that they are more informed now, and hopefully when they get that chance to go to the get their driver's license, they'll make the right decision for them, but it'll be an informed decision. So I highly recommend just going ahead, checking out the website. The website, once again, is www.gamplifeweb.com. The kids are really proud of the website, and we look forward to any comments you may have. You can find email addresses on here, and definitely I can get those comments to the students. But thank you very much, and we look forward to working with the Gift of Life next year.